Okay, so welcome to Sunday Sadhana. We are celebrating the beginning of the Year of the Fire Horse. So good to have you with me today. And we're going to start with a little grounding meditation. So inviting you to root down into your sit bones, your tailbone, your seat. And if it feels good, closing the eyes so you can start to invite yourself into the inner landscape of your body. If it's not comfortable to have the eyes closed, maybe just gaze down. Or, of course, you're welcome to watch me and the demonstrations, but we're just starting right now, just sitting quietly, just starting to notice how you are in this moment. How does your body feel? Starting to gently scan through the body from your sit bones up through the pelvis, lower back, belly, chest, heart, middle back, upper back, shoulders and arms and hands, legs and feet, and your head and your face. So just giving this invitation to let everything soften and release. Any tension around the eyes, nose, and mouth, allowing it to soften, smoothing out the skin of the face. So noticing if there are any areas of tension, tightness, discomfort in your body. And also noticing any sensitive or challenged parts of your body that maybe need a little bit more care and attention. That cracked rib or sore lower back or whatever it might be, if there are any ailments, injuries, any underlying health issues, just really turning towards yourself with kindness, with loving awareness. And let's start to invite the breath in now, just a little bit deeper. So if you like, if it helps you, just maybe one hand on your belly and one hand over your heart center as we start to connect these two important centers, Swadhisthana chakra or the womb space. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. We've all got this womb space or the cauldron of creation, sometimes called Hara or Dantian in the Chinese system. So we're connecting heart and womb, and we're starting to breathe a little bit more deeply, inhaling down into your belly and up into your chest. And starting to tune in with the texture of your breath, the sound of the breath. Just awakening all your senses. And some of you may know Ujjayi breathing. So it's the throat breathing, a soft sound in the throat as you inhale and as you exhale. It's like we're slightly drawing the glottis back to narrow the throat a little bit. So it creates some kind of friction. So it's like an audible breath, like you're breathing into a microphone, or like the sound of the sea, waves breaking against the seashore. A soft whispering, hissing sound. So we call it Ujjayi breathing or victorious breath or throat breathing. So exploring what's possible, how much of your lungs you can fill without forcing or straining. And if your arms are getting a little bit tired, feel free to drop your hands back down onto your lap, knees or thighs. And just bringing a little bit more awareness into your back body. So feeling into the back of your heart, the back lobes of your lungs, your kidneys, the back of your heart, your shoulder blades, and also the back of your head. Just letting the eyeballs release back into their sockets. Feeling the touch of the air on the skin inside the nostrils. Just focusing your attention there for a moment. So we're starting to make the mind a little bit more one-pointed, creating that one-pointed focus as we feel the touch of the air on the skin inside the nostrils. And maybe simultaneously as it travels down the throat, down through the windpipe into the lungs. Breathing down into your diaphragm, into your lower lungs. You might need to bring your chin slightly back towards your spine to bring your head back in line with your shoulders and hips. There's a tendency for the head to jut forward sometimes. We're kind of rushing into the future, rushing towards our death. So just inviting you back into this moment, into presence. Just letting go of all expectations, allowing yourself to connect to the timelessness of this moment. Allowing me to take care of the time. I'll be the timekeeper. You can let go of the concept of time and let breath become time and time become breath. Noticing all the bodily sensations as we train our interoception, our interior awareness. As we also sense into the space around us. Also connecting to the reality that there's probably millions of other people right now around the world praying, taking part in ritual practice for the upliftment of all of humanity, for the enlightenment, empowerment, and upliftment of all living beings, including ourselves. So we could also imagine light flowing in as we connect to this air element, as we bring the life force in. You might like to imagine the sun rising in the east and you're breathing in the new light of the new day, the new dawn. Filling yourself up, your whole body filling with golden, glittering sunshine. Maybe you can remember having your face in the sun or even your body in the sun, in the warm sun. So connecting to the sun as a resource today, and also the earth as we send imaginary roots down, 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 deep down into the body of the earth, into Gaia, the living earth. Planting yourself like a tree, your branches extending up into the sky, up towards the sun, receiving the life force, the prana. So I'm going to invite you to hum with me as we wake up our voices, as we wake up the throat chakra, and as we just give ourselves a little bit more of a chance to drop into rest and digest as we activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So humming with the mouth closed, let's take a deep breath in. And we'll do that 2 more times. And feel free to put your hands back onto your body if that would feel good, helpful, anywhere that's struggling, in pain. So we're going to change the shape of the mouth now into the ooh, lips in a small circle. So this sound resonating more in the heart center, helping to purify, clear the heart chakra. Taking a deep breath in. Ooh. Don't worry if your sounding is not quite as long as mine. There's no competition, just honoring your own lung capacity. Let's do that 2 more times. Ooh, and feel free to move a little bit if you like, this way or that, rocking from side to side or front to back or gentle circling. Let's do one more. Ooh. Good. So the third sound is going to be the ah sound. So mouth wide open. And if you wanted to connect to your root, you could put a hand down over the mound of Venus, the pubic bone, or hands on your lower belly again. Ah, really let the sound out. Loud sound. Deep breath in. And one more. And sometimes your voice can show you how tired you are. If the voice is really wavering, like mine is a bit today, it can show your energy levels, how tired or more weak or depleted that you are. The more kind of resonant and smooth and steady your tone, the more kind of energized you are, more grounded. So we'll bring the hands together. So it's just bringing the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang, harmonizing the balance of opposites, Shiva and Shakti, what did I say? Sun and moon, and fire and water. So we're going to transform those three sounds into one smooth sound, the Om. So the ah, the oo, and the lips together. So in a way, we're plugging in formally with infinite source. So we're taking a deep breath in. From the gross to the subtle. From the superficial to the profound. Lifting the heart, bowing the head, resting in the sound that comes after and before. The silence, the container for all sound. And tuning in if you have an intention today. What drew you to class today? What are you hoping to find for yourself in the practice? So let's relax the hands down, and I'll invite you to stretch out your legs in front. We're going to wake up the basement of the body. So let's start with some pointing and flexing of the feet. And then keeping your feet hip width apart, let's start to circle to the right, to the left. Waking up the ankle joints, sending a lot of love and appreciation to your ankles. Let's change the circle direction. And stay with your breath. So the invitation is to keep breathing mindfully through the whole session. So let's just give the toes a little wriggle. And then it might be, if you're a little bit tight in your lower back, you're welcome to bend up your knees as you fold over your thighs. Otherwise, maybe walking the hands down your straight, the sides of your straight legs. So it doesn't matter how the poses look. What's important is how they feel. So you want to back off, make sure there's no pushing, forcing, straining. It's not a goal-orientated practice. We're loving the body as it is today. And gently stretching lower, middle, upper back, maybe into the backs of the legs. If your legs are straight, releasing gently down through the backs of the knees. Okay, so let's come back up. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And let's roll in the left thigh or roll in the right thigh. We're going to hold the ankles and let's gently flap the butterfly wings. So we're creating a little bit more space in the hip joints, so releasing into the inner groins, inner thighs. Filling, 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 emptying, releasing, letting go, holding still. So we can gently press down into the backs of the thighs, press the knees down energetically. You're welcome to keep the lift of your spine, lifting from base to crown. If you need to protect your lower back, if there's anything going on in your sacroiliac right now, or your lower back. Otherwise, we're going to gently bend forwards, chin to chest, rounding the back. And just noticing what you find. So noticing any difference in your body since the last time you practiced. So the body is constantly changing from morning to afternoon to evening, from day to day, from month to month. The body that we have today is thanks to all the yesterdays. And the body that we'll have tomorrow is depending on how we treat it today. What we feed it with, our thoughts, what we consume, the food, of course, your activities. All right, so let's come back up and we'll take the legs out to the side. So it might be that you might need cushions under the backs of your knees if your legs are quite stiff or tight, or you can have a little bend in your knees if it's too much with straight legs. So just again, just going to rock gently forwards and back. Can be tiny micro movements or a little bit bigger movements. Just see what feels right for you, what's comfortable. No pushing, forcing, straining. So we're going to come to the left. We're going to come down through the center. We're going to come to the right. And just coming down on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. And let's stay on one side. So we're going to rest one hand on either side of that leg. A little bit of a twist and a turn through your spine, through your waist. Bringing the chest gently forwards and still releasing down through the backs of both legs. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. And let's change sides. So lift and turn, lift through your spine, and then just a little tipping forwards. And from time to time, just relaxing your jaw, releasing some space between the back teeth. I'm going to come back to center and let's come into the center line. Just coming as far forwards as feels good for you. Might be on your hands, maybe resting down onto your forearms. Aiming to keep the toes pointing up. So you want the tops of the shins, tops of the thighs pointing directly up. And if you can, gently pressing down through the backs of the knees, backs of the thighs. So we can gently engage the quadriceps if that's available. Not so much if the legs are bent. Okay, good. So let's come back into cross-legged position. So we'll hold the front shin with both hands. And we're going to start to rock towards the back edge of the sit bones and the front edge of the sit bones. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. waking up all the different energy centers, Sushumna Nadi, the central channel, helping the energy to move more freely from base to crown. Maybe you can start to feel some heat building in your system, especially as we wake up this solar plexus fire center. All right, let's do one more and then we'll come back to center. Let's change the cross of the legs. So the other shin in front, hands face down on your knees, and we're going to circle around the base of the spine. The upper body circling the lower body. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, it might be tiny movements, it might be bigger movements. Just exploring for yourself. Becoming fascinated, completely absorbed into your body, into the bodily sensations. Massaging the contents of the abdomen, the pelvic organs, the digestive organs. Good, changing direction. Rechurning, massaging your digestive system, helping to move energy, metabolize any tension, grief, trauma, just helping it to release through the out-breath, through the movement, through this activation. So we're going to do 2 more circles. And then let's come back to center. So we're going to wake up the breath of fire. So again, feel free if you need to sit up onto a cushion. So we're going to start with this arm movement. So inhale, fingertips, thumb tips draw together. So I've got my fingertips, thumb tips together. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So feel free to speed it up. And rest your awareness in your solar plexus at the base of your sternum. Exhale, belly draws back to the spine. Just 30 more seconds. Maybe starting to feel more heat building. Building the fire under the cauldron. So 3, 2, 1. We're going to interlace the fingers and point the index fingers up. Stretch your spine up. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Holding the next in breath. Hold it, lifting the root locks. So there's a squeeze in the anus, engaging the pelvic diaphragm, lifting the perineum. Chin slightly back towards the spine. Slightly chin down towards the chest. Holding 3, 2, 1, and release. We're going to take the elbows in line with the shoulders now. Just take a couple of breaths, just finding a comfortable breath that works for you here as we twist. So again, stimulating the solar plexus. Inhale, exhale. Just finding a rhythm that works for you. Let your head and neck turn with you. 3, 2, 1. Taking the arms up to the sky, palms to the sky. So it's like we're a funnel. We're receiving the blessings from the heavens, from the sky, from the cosmos. Opening to receive, calling in your helpers, your allies, angels, archangels, gods, goddesses, tuning in with your own spiritual lineage, if you have one. Filling, 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 emptying, releasing, letting go. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, and holding the next in-breath. Inhale deeply, lifting the root lock, squeezing the anus gently, chin slightly back towards the spine, down towards the notch at the top of the sternum, tongue to the roof of the mouth, gazing towards the third eye center. 3, 2, 1, and exhale, release. So let's roll the shoulders forwards, up, back, down. Releasing any tension, tightness, stiffness, build up of muscular ache. Let's change the circle direction. Feel free to exaggerate these movements. We're going to bring fingertips onto the shoulders now and circle your elbows as wide as you can. Let's change the circle direction. Okay, great. And let's interlace the fingers. We'll push out through the heels of the hands. We'll lift the arms up, stretch out from root to crown. You can imagine your central channel, Sushumna Nadi, like a river of energy, a river of water flowing freely up through the central channel. So we're going to twist to the left. We're going to float the hands down, touching the earth. Inhale up, and then twist to the other side. Exhale, touching the earth. Inhale to sky. Exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Maybe breath of fire, if you can. Pumping the belly. Abdomen draws back as you exhale. Three, two, and let's place one hand on the opposite knee. You're going to spin around, look over your shoulder. Inhale, let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. Exhaling, belly to spine. Let's switch hands. Change sides, lift and turn. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. Okay, great. So let's come back to center and we'll focus on the neck. So feel free to put the other shin in front again. Keep changing up. So you're changing your habit patterns. And if anyone is feeling is too much with the legs straight, feel free, legs crossed, feel free to stretch out your legs in front or come into kneeling if that's more comfortable. So we're going to focus on the neck. So let's start to bring the chin down to the chest and just let your head drop forwards and down. Keep your heart lifting, your lungs floating up. And as we inhale, let's take face to sky and chin to chest. And face to sky, inhale, exhale. And then we'll keep the chin down to the chest And let's start to draw a half moon. So we're going to roll the chin from shoulder to shoulder. And just see how that goes for you. If you want to circle, that might feel quite good. Keep the back of your neck quite long, so you're not crunching the cervical vertebrae. You don't want to grind them down, so keep the back of the neck long. Maybe think about drawing the full moon with the tip of your nose. So we're going to change the circle direction. Good, so no rush. Just when you feel that you've balanced both sides, you've done roughly the same number of circles. Let's come back to center. We're going to take the left ear to the left shoulder. Let both shoulders drop down away from the ears. And you can either stay there or bring your chin towards your collarbone. Could perhaps bring the nose towards the heart center, the breastbone. And feel free to do any little micro movements there. Finding your sweet spot, stretching out between your shoulder blades into your upper back, your trapezius muscles, the neck muscles, the sternocleidomastoid running down the side of the neck. So just stretching, releasing the fascia, the connective tissue. So we're going to come back to center. Let's do the other side. So we can start like that, ear to shoulder, shoulders dropping down. Opening up the side of your neck, and then maybe chin towards the collarbone. Maybe the nose towards the breastbone. And maybe some tiny movements. Or not so tiny. Okay, good. So let's come back to center. So we're going to rub the palms. Let's give some love to the eyes. So warming the hands. Set your hands on fire. And then we're going to cup the eyes or palm the eyes. Just let your head drop forwards a little bit into your hands. And let the darkness soothe your eyes. Let the eye muscles relax. Energizing, nourishing the eyes, helping to clear our vision. Lifting the veils of our limited perception. Helping us to see things as they truly are. Removing the filters. So let's take the hands away. Let's do that one more time. And cupping. Breathing deeply down into your belly. Good. And then we're going to turn the hands into hooks. So we're just going to give ourselves a little bit of love for the trapezius muscles, which sometimes can be so tight. All our mental tension sometimes gets stored in the neck and the shoulders, and also connected with our perhaps less than perfect posture when we're sitting around on our devices, on our screens, a little bit collapsed in the spine, the head dropping forwards. I saw someone a couple of weeks ago actually also eat with their neck horizontal. So they were taking their head to their food. Instead of bringing their food to their mouth, they were bent over like this, completely horizontal in the neck and rounded in the back. And so really you want to bring your screen to your face or find some ergonomic seating or one of these laptop holders so that you're actually upright and your head is in line with your shoulders and your hips. So you're not slumping and creating more tension. Okay, so let's continue. Let's come on to hands and knees. So we're going to stack the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Spread your fingers wide, draw the thumbs back. We're going to start to round into the back and dip into the spine. And maybe exhale, scooping belly to spine, and inhale, draw the chin forwards, lift your tail. Exhale, rounding and dipping, and a few more times. So again, just feeling into your spine, lower, middle, upper back, and noticing any differences between the left and the right side. Good, so we'll come back to center. Let's take the hands just maybe an inch or two forwards, so we've got more space. So we can circle around the wrists, around the knees. You might need a little bit of padding under your knees. You could also fold your mat. So you've got 3-fold mat under your knees if you need it. So waking up the wrists as well, and the shoulders and the arms, and we'll change the circle direction. So starting to feel that weight bearing coming down into your hands, building strength into your bones. Quite often we don't need weights necessarily. The weight of the body is enough, as we'll find out in a moment when we come into plank. So, but not quite yet. So we're going to sink back, buttocks to heels, and gliding forwards, bringing belly towards the floor. Gliding back and forwards, and finding a comfortable range of movement for yourself here. If you have lower back issues, maybe don't bring the hips quite so far forwards towards the floor. All right, so let's stay back in child pose. So keep your hips back towards your heels. Let your arms be comfortable, and just give yourself a moment here to feel, to notice and feel into your lower back, into your hips, into the pelvis. Can you take some breath down into your root? Can you let your arms relax, your shoulders soften, maybe let the elbows drop to the floor? And we're going to start a little breath of fire here again. So pumping the belly, just in this position in child pose. So exhale, belly snaps back towards the spine. Five, four, three, two, one. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. This time we're going to pause at the bottom of the out breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely and pause. Staying in the empty void, the great void, just in the shimmering emptiness. Maybe lifting the root lock. Just noticing what happens, like be curious. And then whenever you want to, take a deep breath in. You can maybe hold that breath just for a couple of seconds, a few seconds. And release. Good. So let's slowly come down to rest on the belly now. So we're going to lie down onto the forearms. So we're coming into Sphinx pose. So make sure your wrists and your elbows are in line with your shoulders. Your forearms are parallel. Just going to rock the hips a little bit side to side to bring your thighs a little bit closer together. And just let this curve come into your lumbar spine. So reintroducing the lumbar curve, which flattens out as we get older with all of our chair sitting. So really important to keep your spine mobile and to keep these curves intact. So they're the suspension system for your body. So we can gently firm up the thighs now, engage your quadriceps and lift your kneecaps off the ground. We're going to bring the hands back towards the waist and rest the forehead to the floor. And as we inhale, we'll draw nose and chin forwards. We're going to roll up and exhale down to the forehead. Inhale up and exhale down. And again, find your own range of movement. No pushing, forcing, straining. Make sure it feels pleasurable, but aiming to center pleasure at the heart of this practice today. But let's hold the last one. Hold and breathe. Make sure it's not too intense. You might need to drop back down onto your elbows, or some people like to have the hands a little bit wider. Just see what works for you. You can lift the chin a little bit more. And let's roll down. We'll take one hand on top of the other. Rest your forehead on your top hand. And breathe into your belly. So I'm going to raise the right leg. Exhale, inhale, exhale left, inhale down, exhale right, inhale down, exhale left, inhale down, exhale right. Let's keep going, lifting the legs alternately. So maybe you can start to feel your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back a little bit more, building strength. Good. Okay, so let's hold still. We're going to lift the head, lift the hands, so your head is still glued to your hands, and lift both legs off the floor. We're going to stretch out the arms in front. Inhale. Exhale, elbows to waist, still with the legs lifting. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Extend forwards. Exhale back. Let's do 3 more. Spread your toes, push out through the balls of your feet. And let's rest the hands down under the shoulders. We're going to sink back into child pose. Rest your forehead. Maybe one fist on top of the other if you need a little bit more height to rest your forehead. Okay, good. So let's come back up onto all fours. So we're going to bring the right foot forwards. We're going to rest the hand onto the front knee. So coming into the low lunge. So we're slowly preparing for standing postures. So knees stacked pretty much roughly over the ankle. And then we're going to sink and rise and sink and rise. Good, let's stay in the low lunge. Let your shoulders drop down and let your arms hang loose. So fingers gently curled. Bring your chin slightly back towards your spine. So we're hanging off the joints right now. So gentle tug on the ligaments and the tendons. And then we're going to draw away from that edge. So we're going to engage the muscles as we come up a little bit more neutral, dragging the right foot back energetically, dragging the left knee forward. So there's this drawing together, so you can maybe feel your muscles engage a little bit more. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the back, draw your shoulder blades together, lift the hands away from the back leg and open up the front of your chest. Maybe lifting the chin, maybe not. Try to find a sense of ease in the pose. So finding the middle way. So you could maybe stay here for 20 minutes if you had to, if you wanted to, just to explore, to see what happens. If you're into altered states of consciousness, you don't always need medicines, plant medicines. We can sometimes just use our body and our breath. So releasing, we're going to stretch the left arm up and bring the hands into prayer. So turning around Just moving around the spine. And we can either keep the back knee resting on the floor here or tuck the toes under and lift the back knee, push out through the back heel and squeeze your sit bones together. Hug into the midline, squeeze the outer hips in. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Maybe lift the back knee a little bit more. Strengthen that back leg, 1 more breath. And release. And we'll come back onto all fours. And just for the demonstration, I'm just going to turn myself around so you don't have to. So left foot forwards, left knee stacks over the left ankle. Exact same thing. Good, let's do 1 more and then we'll stay in the low lunge. Hold, drop your shoulders, drop your arms, your hands. You could still have your hands there if you wanted for more support. Filling, 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 emptying, releasing, letting go. Noticing any difference between the left and the right leg, left and the right hip. So we're drawing away from that edge, dragging the left foot back, right knee forwards. Change the interlace of your fingers. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back ribs and lift the arms up. Opening up the front of your chest. Staying rooted down into your left foot, your right shin, front of the right foot. Squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit closer together. And release. And we'll take the right arm up. Right elbow comes against the outside of the left knee, palms into prayer. And either hold it there as you gently rotate your spine, or tuck your toes and lift your back knee and push out through the back heel. What we call, it's been a while, Utthita Parivrtta Parshvakonasana. Extended revolving side angle. Good, couple more breaths. And resting the back knee. And let's come back just for a moment into child pose. So resting the forehead down. Hips back and down. So we're going to get ready to move into downward facing dog. So coming back up onto all fours, tuck your toes under, lift your knees, gazing through the thighs. Make sure your hands are shoulder width apart. Pin down your knuckles, the base of your fingers, base of your thumbs. Make sure the outside edges of your feet are parallel. Slightly lifting the insteps, the arches of your feet, your inner ankles. Coming towards plank. So we're going to glide forwards and backwards, gliding into plank. Make sure you're long enough and draw back into downward facing dog. So really starting to load up the arms. Take it easy, Christine, with your wrist. Looks good to see you back doing plank. Great. Let's hold the plank and hold and breathe and push out through the back heels. And just gazing slightly forwards off the end of your mat. So we're looking for that neutral curve in the cervical vertebrae, the inward curve of the neck, slight inward curve. Good. Firm your thighs, your buttocks. Really nice. Good. And when you're ready, when you want to, come back to downward facing dog. Sink the heels back and down. So yeah, just want to remind any of you that if you're feeling a little bit weak today, you're recovering from illness, feel free to take rest. You can drop back down into child pose. So otherwise, we're going to take the right leg up into the air, and the right leg is just parallel to the floor. So the toes point down, and then we're going to swing the knee to the chest as we glide forwards into plank. That's it. Lift the leg up, inhale, Exhale, bring it down through the midline, back to the chin, to the chest. That's lovely. Good. Inhale up. Exhale forwards. So that's 3 down the midline. Then we're going to do 3. Right knee to the right elbow. Lift the leg up. And the right knee towards the left elbow across the midline, building strength into the core. That's it. I'll demonstrate. Okay, good. So the last one, let's take the right foot between the hands. So we're going to keep the back knee off the floor. We're going to come into a high lunge. So we're going to take the arms up. One more breath. And exhale. Back into down dog. And maybe coming through a vinyasa if you like. So gliding into plank, inhale, could be cobra or up dog. Could take the knees, chest, chin down. Inhale to cobra, lift and open your chest. That's it. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so let's do the same on the other side. We'll take the left leg up parallel to the floor. So 3 times down through the midline, bringing knee to chest. Coming into plank, inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale up. Beautiful. 3 times. And then left knee to the left elbow, left knee to the right elbow, 3 times. When you've done 3, left foot forwards between your thumbs. Let's take the arms up, coming into the high plank, the high lunge. Ashtanga Chandrasana. Sink down a little bit deeper. Lift up a little bit taller. Extend through your fingers. Push out through your back heel. And release. Downward facing dog. Gliding into plank. Releasing to floor. Cobra, up dog. Downward facing dog. And then we're going to step or walk to the hands. So we're going to grab hold of the opposite elbow. Let the back of your head release down. Maybe swing the elbows around the shins. Good, and then come back to center. We're going to drop the hands to the floor. And we're going to sweep up the arms, inhale, and sweep down, exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you like, we could exhale, ha. Inhale, ha, 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 ha. Metabolizing your frustration, your anger, your grief, any negative energy that you're holding on to. Ha, 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 ha. Last one. Ha, ha. And then we'll come back to stand with the feet hip width. Let's place the hands on the waist. And slow, gentle circles. cooling the body. All right, change the circle direction. And again, feel free to make these as big or as small as you like. We're going to come back to center. And let's do just a little shaking out. You can thump your heels if you like, and shake out your arms any which way you like. Shrug your shoulders. Just see what's feeling good this morning. Shake, shake, shake. Releasing, transforming energies. Okay, good. So coming back to stillness. So let's step wide on the mats. Make sure that your big toes are in line. And we're going to turn in the right heel, turn out the toes, take the back heel a little bit wider. Stretch the arms in line with your shoulders. We're coming into triangle. Deep breath in. Plant your feet firmly. And exhale, right hand comes down to rest wherever it lands on the right leg, reaching up to the sky, opening the side body, the top hip, the chest. Can you firm your thighs a little bit more, hugging muscle to bone without locking out your knees? Drawing up the front thighs, keep the inner arches of your feet slightly lifted. Can you release your jaw, soften your gaze, gazing out through the backs of the eyes? Firming the glutes for more stability. This one helping to strengthen the root chakra, governing the hips, the legs, and the feet. So we're coming up on the next in-breath. Strong legs, strong abdomen. Good, well done. Let's turn the back heel, turn the front heel. So roughly the front heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Deep breath in. And exhale into triangle, noticing any difference between the left and the right side. I'm just going to stay here a little while for about 10 breaths. Drawing up the front thighs. And lifting up through the fingertips. Softening the face, soft gaze. Exhaling belly to spine. Looking good, well done. Sarah, good, yeah. Taking breaks whenever you need to. Make sure you're not inflicting pain on yourself. Good, we're going to take another 3 rounds of breath. So on the next inhale, strong abdomen, strong legs. You could engage your root lock to help you come up with strength. Good, let's point the toes forwards. Check your big toes are in line. I'm going to turn out the toes, pull in the heels equally, and push through the heels of your hands. So you're flexing your wrists. You're going to cross the wrists above the head. Inhale. Exhale, sink down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Find your own way. So if it doesn't feel good to move up and down like that, mainly Sarah, you might just want to stay here in horse stance. But everyone else, we can go up and down. Okay, good. 2 more. And we're all going to hold horse stance. So join your palms again. harmonizing the opposites, cultivating the sacred marriage within, balancing yin and yang, fire and water, sun and moon. Maybe sink down a little bit deeper. You could point the elbows a little bit forwards, spreading your shoulder blades wide. Find the perfect breath. One more breath. And push into your feet, point your toes forwards, hands on your waist, lift your chest up, and fold, exhale. Feel free to take your feet wider to help your hands come down more easily to the floor. The wider the legs, the easier it gets. Let your head drop down. And you draw up your front thighs a little bit, engage your muscles, your quadriceps, your glutes, hugging muscle to bone. Good, we're going to soften the knees, bring the hands to the waist. Inhale to come up. Zigzag your feet a little closer together. We're going to join the big toes to touch. Big toe joints touching, heels an inch apart. Palms together. You can either keep the gaze down or close your eyes. So we're taking a moment to bring awareness to the internal plumb line, to the midline of the body. Drawing up from the inside arches of your feet, the inside seams of your legs, up through the perineum, front of the spine, roof of the mouth, crown of the head. Finding that perfect balance within you before we challenge our balance and come onto one foot. So we're preparing for tree pose balance. Let's take one more breath here with both feet firmly planted, rooting into the earth. So let's take the hands to the waist. We're going to take the left foot on top of the right foot. Now you might need a wall, piece of furniture. You could also just have your heel against the inside of your ankle, your shin, and stay like that, or one foot on top of the other. Or we're going to pick up the foot now and press it into the flesh and the bones, bringing the hands back to the heart. Steady yourself, drawing down from the earth, drawing up from the earth and down from the sky as we become a human tree, lifting the arms up. You can either have your palms together or maybe the wide V. Open your branches, palms to the sky, like we did before, receiving the blessings from heaven, from the heavens. Fixing the gaze on a single point. Stay with your breath. Can you breathe down into your diaphragm, into your belly? Can you soften your jaw and soften your gaze, gazing out through the backs of the eyes? So you're receiving your vision. You're not straining to look to see. You're receiving your sight. Widen your peripheral vision. Just also opening up the eyes in the back of your head, sensing into the space around you, strengthening your proprioception skills. One more breath. Inhale and exhale, release. Let's change sides. One foot on top of the other. Take your time, moving through the steps, bringing yourself into your version of Vrikshasana. Tree pose, balance, good, becoming a tree. Root down into the earth. Rising up, lengthening, lifting your ribcage up and out of your hips. Turning the left knee back or the right knee back. But keeping both hips facing forwards. Imagine you've got headlights just inside your hip bones. You want both headlights pointing to the road in front. Noticing any difference between the left and the right. I'm going to take one more breath, inhale. And exhale, release. Good, maybe give your legs a little shake through. So coming back to feet hip width, we're going to make sure the toes point forwards. Inhale, lift up onto your tiptoes and exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Keep your heels lifted. We're going to come all the way down into a deep squat. If your knees are okay, only come as far down as your knees say is fine for you. Inhale up. And exhale, the heels come down and the arms come down. Take a breath. Take another breath. So we'll do that again. Lift the arms up. Exhale down. And this time you're going to place the hands on the floor and let the head drop down. And just see what's possible here. So if it's not possible because of your knees, you're welcome to sit back down and come back into this Baddha Konasana. Otherwise, maybe walking the hands forwards, let your head drop down, let your sit bones and heels drop down. Good, and then we're going to come to sit back down to the mat. So let's stretch out the legs in front, feet hip width. We're going to bend up the right knee. My feet are still hip width, so I don't want my foot glued to the leg. Keep it in line with its own sit bone. Feet hip width apart. Left arm lifting, and we're twisting around to the right. Draw the right shoulder back. Push out through your left heel, the extended leg. I'm going to come back to center, rest the right knee down towards the floor. You might need a little support for that leg. If the knee is pulling, I'm going to lift the arms up, inhale, and reach through the hold the foot, or again, hands down to the floor. Could be beside the knee or the thigh, and just see how far you can get comfortably without pushing, forcing, straining. Janu Shirshasana. Slide your shoulder blades down your back ribs. Shoulders away from the ears. Can you release down through the back of the knee? Just for another couple of breaths. Gently does it. Finding the sweet spot. Looking for the pleasure. That fine edge between pleasure and pain. Let's come back up. So I'm going to do the other side. Bend up your left knee, right leg extending. Let's lift the right arm and hug that knee, thigh in your own way, pushing out through your right heel, and lift and turn. Let your shoulders drop down. Lift from the base of your spine up to the crown of your head. Okay, let's come back to center. So I'm going to drop the left knee to the floor. Reach the arms up, inhale. Either holding the foot or rest your hands on the floor. Gently coming forward. So let's think about the length in the spine. Continue to lift and lengthen from base to crown. So you're not collapsed here in your back. You want to keep the length of the sternum as you fold forwards. The length of the spine. Filling, 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 emptying, releasing, letting go, clearing space. Filling your body with light, sunshine, glittering light flowing in. Maybe some fog, some grey smoke blowing out. Just one more breath here. Okay, good. So come up. Let's take both legs out in front, just like we did right at the beginning of the class when we were doing our warm-ups. So let's see if there's any change now as we balance both sides of the body, walking the hands down the side of the legs. And again, maybe still you want to bend up your knees, and that's fine. Okay, good. So let's come back up. So here I'm going to offer, for those that can, a shoulder stand, but if that's not part of your practice right now, you could put your legs up the wall, or legs on a sofa or a bed. You could have your calves resting, or your legs up the wall. Otherwise, I'll just demonstrate quickly how to come into shoulder stands. So we can lay ourselves down, we can lift the hips up and swing the legs over the head. Bring your hands to support your back, and then lifting your legs up. You can walk your hands up your back towards your shoulder blades, and that's the same way we come out as well, just to lower the spine down. So just see, some of you may also want to do a headstand today. So if you feel like doing both, it could be headstand, shoulder stand in that order, or just into a shoulder stand. See what's attractive, what's calling you today. That's it, good. Can you walk your hands up your back a little bit more, up towards your shoulder blades? Good. Stay with your breath. Anyone's welcome to do any leg variations that you like. That's it. So those that are still up, stay up a little while longer if that's feeling good. If you've come down, you might like to come into a supine twist. You could hug your right knee into your chest, slide your left leg out along the floor, bring your right knee over to the left side. Good, and then changing sides, that's it. Good. So when you feel balanced, coming gently back to center, there's absolutely no rush to make your way into Shavasana. Just keep going. If you're still in your postures, feel free to do any other counter poses that feel yummy, necessary. Anything else you want to include, please feel free to do that. And when you're ready, coming into relaxation, so you can rest. Maybe a bolster if you have one under the backs of your knees, or cushions under the backs of your knees, or perhaps you're just fine without any equipment. Coming down to settle. the mind, settle the body, slow down your heart rate. And gently scanning through your body, making sure every body part is relaxed. Sensing into the heels, the feet, relaxing the feet, the ankles, the calves and the shins. Relaxing, softening around the knees, the thighs, pubis, the pelvis, the sex organs, the digestive organs. Relaxing, a wave of relaxation moving through the body, through the lower back, middle back, upper back, your belly, your chest, your heart, your shoulders and neck, your arms and hands. A wave of relaxation moving through the head and the face, softening, eyeballs releasing back into their sockets, eyebrows spreading wide away from the center line, relaxing between the nose and the mouth and the space between the back teeth. The lower jaw releasing down away from the upper jaw. Releasing, relaxing the cheeks. Soft, effortless breath. Flowing by itself, nothing to do. Staying present, receiving, deep, attentive listening, relaxing and letting go, becoming the witness, noticing everything. Inviting some deeper breaths, gently, softly, still in relaxation. Can you breathe in a relaxed way? Breathing down into your belly, your diaphragm, your lower lungs. Exploring up into your chest, your back ribs, your side ribs, breathing into your kidneys, the back of your heart, breathing down into your liver and gallbladder on the right side, your stomach and spleen on the left side, charging up all of your organs with life force, light, with golden glittering sunlight flowing in, releasing waste products, toxins, used up thoughts and feelings, filling, 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 emptying, releasing, letting go. Inviting you to hold the next inhale, just for as long as feels good for you, resting in the radiant fullness. Just to notice what happens. And no rush to exhale, but when you have exhaled that breath, just inviting a pause at the bottom of the next out breath. So a deep breath in, exhale completely, and resting in the shimmering emptiness at the bottom of the out breath. Just waiting for the urge to inhale to come. And maybe not going with the first urge, but maybe the second or the third. Just exploring what happens if you can overcome that panic to grab for a breath. Can you just relax and rest for a moment longer before inhaling? And when you're ready, taking that breath in, breathing out. Few longer rhythmic breaths, circular breathing. The inhalation leads straight into the exhale leads straight into the inhale. Just discovering all the different ways that we can play with the breath, that we can alter our states of consciousness. So we're coming to the end of the relaxation. Just inviting you to wriggle fingers and toes. You may like to stretch. Or just simply bend up your knees and roll onto one side. Taking a moment there. That's it. When you're ready, no rush, coming up into sitting, coming full circle back to where we started at the beginning of the class, rooting down into the sit bones, lifting up to the crown. And just gazing down towards the center of the chest, resting the mind in the heart. Finding that place where you exist with a quiet mind and an open heart. Becoming a human being. A little while longer before we become human doings. It's relaxing into the ground of being. Sensing into the space inside you, the space around you. Connected to the earth, connected to the sky, to the sun. Maybe the sound of the rain or whatever weather you have going on around you today. Feeling yourself located in the winter time. Still a time where we need a little bit more rest and early nights. Just reconnecting with your intention. See if that intention has been met in the practice. Bring the left hand over the heart, the right hand over the left, and let the chin drop down. May I dwell in the heart. May my heart flower. May I be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May I never be separated from the causes of joy. May I find healing and wholeness. May I be at peace. May all living beings dwell in the heart. May their hearts flower. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the causes of joy. May they find healing and wholeness. May they be at peace. May we all find what we need. May we all find compassion for ourselves and each other. May we all find our way back to the light. May we all be at peace. Oh, so gently, eyes opening. Thank you so much for your presence today. It's so lovely to practice with you.